So you've decided to go on an African safari. Fantastic. You've seen The Lion King. You've watched those nature documentaries with the whispering narrator. You're ready for your khaki-clad adventure, perfectly chilled gin and tonic in hand, majestic lion posing for your Instagram feed. You've pictured yourself gazing over a sweeping savanna at sunset. It all sounds so romantic, so predictable. You've booked your trip to Botswana because you heard it's unspoiled and authentic. That just means the animals haven't read the tourist brochure and don't care about your schedule. Forget everything you think you know about organized tours. Botswana isn't the theme park version of Africa. This is the director's cut. Africa unplugged, unedited, and slightly unhinged. Nature looked at the rule book and set it on fire. You wanted authentic, you got it. The road is a suggestion, Wi-Fi is a myth. The closest thing to a concierge is a judgmental vervet monkey. This isn't a gentle guided photo tour, this is immersive. Immersive. Mud, sweat, occasional feeling of panic. Most safaris have a rhythm. Animals show up on cue, lions at dusk, giraffes nibbling in the morning, zebras crossing the river on cue. It's convenient. Botswana, it has no concept of time. The adventure is surviving the journey while the animals find you. You're an extra on a very real, unscripted drama with no speaking part. Botswana's branding is brilliant, exclusive, remote, untouched, which also means miles from help. Everything is as wild as 1,000 years ago. The animals aren't used to humans. They might see you as a slow-moving, brightly colored snack. So pack your bags, bring your camera, leave your expectations at home. You're headed to the real Africa that doesn't care about your 5-star reviews. Welcome to Botswana. Good luck. First stop on our grand tour of humility is the Okavango Delta. The travel brochures describe it as a watery paradise, a lush inland delta, the jewel of the Kalahari. And sure, it is all of those things. But it's also, fundamentally, a gigantic swamp. It's the world's largest inland delta, a fancy way of saying a river got lost on its way to the ocean and just gave up. Massive, confusing, beautiful. Think of it as nature's most ambitious water feature, designed by a committee of chaotic hippos. It's stunning, yes, but it's also a place where the ground is optional, and your only mode of transport is a glorified canoe. This canoe has a name, the Mokoro. It's a traditional dugout canoe, your primary vehicle for navigating this sprawling wetland. It's long, it's narrow, and it feels about as stable as a politician's promise. You sit just inches above the water, which is teeming with things that have more teeth than your entire extended family. Your guide, a man with the balance of a Jedi master, stands at the back and pulls you through the reeds. He does this with an effortless grace that makes you feel even more clumsy and out of place. You're told to sit still and not make any sudden movements, which is great advice until a spider the size of your hand decides to use your face as a bridge. The beauty of the delta is undeniable. The water is so clear you can see the fish swimming below. The water lilies are picture perfect. The silence is profound, broken only by the gentle splash of the pole and the distant grunt of a hippo. It's serene, it's peaceful, wait, did he say hippo? Yes, he did. You soon learn that the delta is basically a giant hippo apartment complex and you're just paddling through their living rooms without being invited. These are not the cute roly-poly hippos from children's cartoons. These are 2-ton tanks of territorial rage that can run faster than you on land and swim faster than you in water. Suddenly, the serene silence feels a lot more like suspenseful silence. After you've survived the existential dread of the delta, you'll probably head to Chobe National Park. This place is famous for one thing above all else: elephants. I mean, you will see so many elephants that you'll eventually become numb to their majesty. It's home to one of the largest concentrations of elephants on the entire continent. At first it's incredible. Wow, an elephant, you'll exclaim, snapping 100 photos. Oh look, another elephant! By the end of the day, you're stuck in a traffic jam caused by a herd of 50, and you're just sighing, "Can you guys please move? I need to get to the bathroom." The main event in Chobe is the riverfront. You get on a boat and you cruise along the Chobe River, which acts as a giant all-you-can-drink water bar for the local wildlife. It's like happy hour for the entire animal kingdom. Elephants swim across the river using their trunks as snorkels. Buffalo stare at you menacingly from the banks, chewing cud. Crocodiles lie in wait, looking like logs with teeth. It's an incredible spectacle of nature. A living, breathing documentary happening right in front of you. But it's also a bit like rush hour on a major highway. Only the cars are giant animals who don't use turn signals. Your guide will point out all the amazing sights with a calm, practiced demeanor. On your left, a pod of hippos. Please keep your hands inside the boat. On your right, a large Nile crocodile, and straight ahead, a breeding herd of elephants blocking our path. It's all delivered with the same tone you'd use to announce a sale on cheese at the grocery store. Meanwhile, you're doing mental calculations about the structural integrity of the boat versus the combined weight of a dozen angry hippos. You are experiencing awe and terror in equal measure, a feeling the locals just call Tuesday. The sheer density of life is staggering, and you quickly realize this is their world. You're just a temporary guest who's probably in the way. The land-based game drives are no different. In Chobe, you don't go looking for elephants, you go looking for a path between the elephants. They are everywhere. They're standing in the road, they're stripping bark from trees right next to your vehicle, and they're mock charging you just to see you flinch. It's their park, and they know it. You'll see other incredible animals, of course, lions, leopards, giraffes, and a dizzying array of birds. But they all seem like opening acts for the main headliner. Chobe is an elephant's world. We're all just living in it, or, more accurately, trying to drive through it without getting our rental car flipped over. Let's talk about the accommodation. Your travel agent probably sold you a dream. They showed you pictures of a luxury safari lodge. You saw infinity pools overlooking watering holes, king-size beds draped in elegant mosquito nets, private decks where you can sip champagne while watching the sunset. It all looks like something out of a glossy magazine, a perfect fusion of rustic charm and opulent comfort. And to be fair, these places exist. They are stunningly beautiful. Gourmet food, attentive staff, luxurious linens with absurd thread counts. But the brochure conveniently leaves out a few key details. While the lodge is 5-star, the wildlife doesn't adhere to the same rating system. You might have a private plunge pool, but so does the baboon, who thinks it's his personal spa. That mosquito net isn't decoration, it's a non-negotiable defense against insects. Open-air design looks chic. It's an open invitation for beetles, moths, and unidentifiable flying things. You'll spend half the evening admiring architecture, the other half swatting at things dive-bombing your soup. Then there's the symphony of the night. In the city you get car alarms, at the lodge you get a lion roaring so close it vibrates your chest, a hyena's maniacal cackle, an elephant crashing a tree outside your window at 3 a.m. It's primal and connecting, it's also utterly terrifying and makes it impossible to get a full night's sleep. You paid for luxury but got nature's heavy metal concert. One of the biggest misconceptions tourists have is that the animals are here to perform for them. We've been conditioned by zoos and wildlife parks to see animals as exhibits. We expect them to be in their designated areas, doing interesting things for our viewing pleasure. But in Botswana, the animals have not received this memo. They are not on the payroll. They have their own busy lives, which mostly involve eating, sleeping, avoiding being eaten, occasionally mating. Your presence is, at best, a minor curiosity and at worst, a major annoyance. They are not posing for your pictures, you are simply documenting their day. You'll learn this lesson quickly. That majestic lion you've been waiting all day to see, he's probably just going to be sleeping, for hours. He'll look like a furry, slightly dangerous throw rug. You'll sit there in your Jeep, camera ready, whispering excitedly, only to watch him yawn, roll over and continue his nap. The leopard everyone wants to spot, she's an expert at not being seen. She'll be perfectly camouflaged in a tree right above you, watching you with mild amusement as you scan the horizon with your expensive binoculars. The animals of Botswana are masters of energy conservation. They're not going to put on a show just because you've flown halfway around the world. Then there are the animals that are a little too friendly. The baboons and monkeys, for example. They have PhDs in tourist psychology. You'll be warned not to leave any food unattended, but you'll think, it's fine, I'll just be gone for a second. You'll return to find a gang of vervet monkeys having a party with your lunch. Baboons will unzip your tent, open your bags, and even try to figure out your car doors. They are furry, adorable, highly intelligent criminals. They see tourists as walking vending machines. Most importantly, you must remember that these are wild animals. They are unpredictable. Your guide will give you rules. Stay in the vehicle, don't make loud noises, don't get too close. These rules are not suggestions. They are the only thing standing between you and becoming a cautionary tale. An elephant might seem calm and gentle, but if it feels threatened, it can flip your 4x4 like a toy. A hippo might look slow and clumsy, but it's responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. You are in their home, playing by their rules. So take your photos, enjoy the moment, but never forget that the cute, fluffy creature you're admiring could end your vacation very, very abruptly.